Yeah, welcome back to the second part of the introduction to Pixellab. We are still on the exploration of the app, and now we are going to the third part here, which deals with the pictures. It is mostly with any picture you import. Yeah, what started this is sticker, as you can see. Let me do it again. This was what I clicked, and that is sticker. When you click on sticker, it will give you different things. You see, anything that you want that is stickers. If it's for emojis too, it will give you different emojis. But if you want more sticker, you are going to pay for it because it is reality. That's why there is crown on it. Now the second one, yes, the second one is imports. This import area gives you the chance to import any picture of your choice. You see, in this Pixellab, I want us to design the flyer that was used, our main flyer. I want us to design it with phone. Now let's look for the flyer. Yeah, that's it. We got it here. This is so you just click on the picture you want, and now if you want the whole image that you click to show, you just click on this mark sign, just click on it, then bam, it will appear on your screen. And this is to resize, this also is to resize, this also is to resize, why this one is to rotate. As good as this is, okay, let's take this one by one. Let's firstly work on this. You see how it is? I'm using it to readjust the size of the image. Now let's work on this. You see how it is? It expands the width of the work, and why this one also is to adjust the length of it, the breadth of it. But it is not always advisable to use this and this to enlarge your picture. It is not good. It will not give you accurate size. So let us go back to where we started from. I've reinstated the normal size of the picture. This is the flyer I want us to, what's it called, to design with our phone. Starting with, you see, there are different things that I want you to note here. When I click on this image, you see, when I click on it, sorry about that. When I clicked on it, you see there are signs that, oh, this thing has been picked on. And when I click on it, there are different options that are different from the first one that we are working about. You see, if I unclick on the picture, you see that I'm no more clicking on the picture. There are different options that it's brought to, and this was where we come from. Now, before I tell you the options, these options and their functions, let's go back to where we came from. If you click on draw gives you the chance to draw anything. Just pick the color you want. You draw anything drawable. You can increase the size of your pen. You see that the size of a pen has been increased. You can increase the smoothness, or can make it blurry. See how it is. Just have to work on it. Now the next one here is shapes. There are different kind of shapes. When you click on it, then click on this. The default shape here is, what's it called, is square. But if you want to change the shape, just come here, click here. Once you click it, these are the shapes that are on Pixellab. So let's assume that you pick this square and you want the edges not to be sharp as this. You will come to radius, increase or decrease it. You see that you can even turn it to circle. You can increase or decrease it depending on your taste. And if you want it to be transparent, this is how you increase the opacity or decrease it. Now if you want to give it color, you come here for the color, you change the color. And for the stroke, if you want, I've already told you about what stroke is in the first video. If you have not seen it, you can go back and check. The stroke talks about the thickness of the edge of your design. You can make it more thicker or thinner. Let's change and also for the stroke, you can increase the opacity to this it how you want it to be seen, maybe very clearly or like shadow. Now let's come to the color. For the stroke, you can change the color of your stroke too. You see, and how you want your what's it called, your stroke to be. Maybe you want it to be blurry, you increase it. If you want it to be blurry or not, then the sharpness of itself. Also, that's about it. If you want to cancel what you've done, you just click on that like cancel sign and it will cancel. This bezier too, if you want to work on it, like you want to draw something, you see how it is, just want to draw and maybe like a regular shape, you have to pick the one you want to see how it is, and you want it to be visible or invisible. You want to change the color, just the same thing as others. For the arrow too, let's come to arrow, and which is the last part for this second something. You see, you want to change the arrow, you want to change the head, just change it here anyhow you want it. Now let's go back to our design. We are still on this side, we are still on this second part, we are still on this. Everything I've shown you are on this part, they are on this. Now let's go. If you click on this picture, you see I've clicked on it and it shows that I click on it. Now it brought some options. Anything you click on here, we have effects on the design you click on the picture you click on. If you want to select the picture, that is if you want to replace the picture, you can just click on it. You see it has automatically changed to another picture, and this is what I use reselect. So I'm not working on this, I want to work on this. If you want to delete it, you click on it, then you delete. If you want to redo, you come here to redo. Let's redo it. Now this is crop. Maybe you don't want this size, or so you just come here, just like where it took you to when you click on the picture. This is copy, you already know what copy is. Now to front, yes, you see this. Let's assume that this picture is behind our text. If you click on to front, it will bring it to front, and Now that it is our text that is behind this picture, let's click on to back and see what happens. You see, when I click on to back, it brought the text forward. Now you see, now let's click on to front and see what it will bring. You see, it has brought the picture forward. This is position, just like how I explained it in the first video. You are already familiar with this. Now relative size. Yeah, this is about the size of the picture. This is the second way of resizing your picture. You know about the color already. You know about, I've already explained what's it called? I've already explained this, the color, the texture, and the opacity in the first video. You can go back to the first video to check their functions. Now this is color filters. If you want to filter the color of this design, maybe you don't like how it is, you can just click on it. You can just, you see that it's changing. You see that it's changing. You see, this is how color filter works. This is how it works. This is how it is. The next one is stroke. I already told you about the function of stroke in the first video. The next one is eraser. Just like the name, if you want to erase something, let's erase and see how it is. For eraser, there are different options too, and the first one is this, the second one is this, before we go to these ones. Now let's work on this. Let's see the function. When you increase it, you see that this change to something bigger. You see, if you reduce it, it will reduce the size of the eraser. And this one talks about the blurriness and the sharpness. You see, when I increase the blurriness, it blurs, and when I decrease it, it's become more sharper. If you want to change this, if you want to redo what you have done, you click on this. Anywhere you see this sign, it means redo. That is, go back to what you are doing before. Now if you want to increase the size of, what's it called, the size of your eraser, the size of this, or you want to change it to this, you do it there. You have to explore more on those two so that you will know what's it called, you will know the function. I already told you what mask is in the first video. Now let's go to erase color. Sorry about that. Let's go to erase color. When you pick erase color, it means you want to remove a color from the color of this text. Now let us enable it. Let's enable it and see what we get. Now if you check very well, it has removed some colors from here, from this design, and that's why they are transparent. Now let's assume that it is not the color that you want to remove that was removed automatically. You can just come here to pick color. When you click on this, so you can just go to anywhere. Maybe it is blue color you want to remove. Once you click this, it will remove automatically. It will remove every blue color that is there. And if it is red, and you click it, it will remove the red colors. You see how it is. Now I already told you the function of, I already told you the function of this in the first video, so to save our time I will not repeat it. I already told you the function of this in the first video, so you can watch the first video for better understanding about it. Now let's come up here. You see, when I click on this image, two options popped here. Now let me undo it for you to know what I'm talking about. You see, when I undo it, when I doesn't click on the picture, it's only brought the company's watermark. Now let's click on it again. Let's click on this again. So when I want to click on it, but let your attention, let your focus be here. Let it be here to see the difference. Now you see that two things popped up, and those are those things. The first one is like edit button, and the second one is delete button. Just as their name, if you click on edit button, it will bring more options like copy, this is copy, this is resize, this is relative what's it called, relative space, and this one is to rotate, this one is to rotate, and this one is to front, and this one is to back, and this one is to front. Those are the options it's brought. But if you click on this delete icon, you know what it already means. See, delete the selected object. If you click on OK, it will be deleted, so you have to redo it. Now this one is redo. Maybe you mistakenly do something that you ought not to do. You click on redo before it goes. This one is zoom icon. If you want to zoom it maybe 200%, you want to reduce the size, you just have to adjust it there. Like you want to resume your, what's it called, your template, your picture, click there. And this is grid. It is called grid line. If you want to be accurate with your designs, that you want every size to be equal, this grid line will help you. So I don't need it. Now this one is about what you are working on currently. Let us click on it and let's see what it will bring. Now you see, we have three things on this screen. The first one is what I firstly wrote, and the second one is this, and the third thing is this picture. Yeah, I have something to tell you about each of these things. You see this lock icon, if you click on it, the work you're working on will not be moved up and down. Let's do that and let's see. Before clicking on it, see, I can move this design anyhow. Now let us lock it. You see, now that I've locked it, is no more moving. Now the next one is like eyes icon. It tells you that do you want your work to be visible or invisible. Now let's click on it too. If you click on it, it means you don't want it to be visible to you. Maybe you are working and you don't want to be distracted, or you don't want to be blocked. You can just hide it. It will still be on your phone on this page, but you have hide it rather. Now the next one is this, and that is options. It will give you different options to work on. Now when you click on it, see, just like the options this one brought the other time, those are the options it will repeat for you. Now this icon is delete, and we can also see it here. The next one that I want you to talk I want us to talk about is this button. See, when you click on it, it will bring different options. If you want to merge like 2 to 3 things together, you click here. This is merge. When you click here, let's merge 2 things together. When you click on this design, when you want to merge, you click here, then you click on the design that you want to merge, then you come back here, you come back to this place to pick it. Are you sure you want to merge the selected object? Then you click OK. Now let's go back to our work. You see, the work I merged was a letter behind this. Okay, let me merge the word, the letter that is not behind this text. Let us merge the what's not behind the text for you to understand. Come to merge, you click the text, then you merge. Once you merge, you will be able to move. We will see the same thing. I'm not picking the right object, so let's merge. I think this is the right text and this one. Then you merge them together. Once you merge them, you see they are moving together, and this is the text that was behind the picture before. You see this one that you merge, you are moving. If you want to merge your work, or merge it immediately, once you close this app, anything you merge will never be undo or redo, unless you have to delete them and work on them individually. So if you want to delete them, then you have to select something, then delete. That is that about that. For this one, yeah, if you are working, please always save your project. Always save your project. Let me show you my project that I've worked on. When you click on this 3 dots, it will bring you to the project you have worked on. See, it's brought different options. Then to see the project you have worked on, you click on open ppl file. Once you click on it, you see these are the works I've worked on. You see them. So those are the works I've worked on. If you click on any of them, it will take you to the page. Once you click on, are you sure you want to open the project? So once you click OK, it will take you to that page, but I'm not changing what I'm doing presently. Now to save your project, you come here. Once you click there, you bring 2 options. Now save as project. That will give you the chance to come back to this anytime, any day, any month, to continue the work you are doing. As this work is, if I save it as a project, 10 years to this time, if I'm still using this phone and if I don't format it, I'll still meet the work I've saved. So click on save as project. So the name you want your project to be, let's name this training. So the name you want it to be, you just write it and you click OK. Once you click OK, see saving done. If you now come back here, you see it. Let's go. Open PLP file. You see it. This is the work I just saved. You see it. Training. So if you click on it, it should take me to where we are. So that's it. The next one is share. If you want to share your work outside there, maybe you want to share it to Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. Oh, the second part of this, the second option of this, we are coming back there. Now let's go to this quote. We all know that this quote is this icon is quote icon. If you click on it, it will bring these different quotes. So these quotes, every of these quote is talking about motivation. So what the quote is about will be seen at where I circled. If you click on it, there are quotes on success, friendship, happiness, inspiration, positivity, and half sword. Anyone you click on, you see it. Then if you want to change your language, maybe either to English or to French, you also see it there. If you want to go back, you just have to go back to where you are coming from. Now, after designing your work and you want to save it on your phone, you come here. You come here, click on it, and go to the second option. You see, it's brought 3 options because I was working on these templates before now, and I've made some changes. That's why I say save changes. And if I didn't do anything on it, it should only bring 2 options. Now, this is where we are going to. If you want to save your work, you see it, save. Just click on it, save as image. This one that it is, there are different 2 options here. That is JPG, that is no transparency. That is, you want to save it as picture, that's what you click on. If you want to save it as PNG, you click this arrow. Just click this arrow to choose the option. So you can just save as PNG. PNG will remove the background from it. Now, to this option, this quality of 18, this quality option, you see the one here is default, and that's what will be there for general people, for everybody. Now if you want to change your quality options, you come here, click on this arrow. When you click on it, it's automatically bring different options: default, custom, low, medium, high, very high. Now if you want to print your work as stickers, as book, maybe as jotter, as mock-up on clothes, as banner, always save it as ultra. When you know that you want to print it, your work, save it as ultra. This ultra will not decrease the quality, it will be as it is on the phone. So I think we are done. So after then, you can just click on save to gallery, and if you want to share someone directly from here, you can click on share. But I'm so glad to tell you that if you click on share, before it lead you to the icon or to who you want to send it to, it will automatically save to your phone. If you click on share, it will save to your phone before it is sent to where you want to send it to. Now let's click save to gallery. You see, image saved. It has been saved. Now let's check the gallery and let's see what was saved. This is my gallery, AI gallery. You see, then you come to Pixellab on your phone. This is it. Can you see it here? This is it here. Just click on that box and you will see the numbers of work you have done on Pixellab. So this is what we just save. This is what I work on that I save. I hope this blesses you and I hope you have found something to learn. Now let's go and design